Okay, good morning. Yesterday we left off, I think we finished up with 35, 36, talking about dominant and recessive traits, heredity. Today we're going to look at, okay, on our study guides, what is the definition of phenotype? Remember, phenotype physical, genotype gene. So phenotype deals with the physical, what is a how a trait appears or how it's expressed, what it looks like. Is it going to be blue eyes, brown eyes? Genotype deals with the gene, the alleles, is it going to be big R, little r kind of thing. And alleles, of course, are the different forms of a gene, like for eye color or height or something like that. And they're represented when we're doing Punnett squares and whatnot by letters that we use. Genetics, study of how traits are passed from parents to offspring. Photosynthesis happens in plants, and that's how plants make food. It's a process where chloroplasts, which are found only in plants, make their glucose or food from light energy, water, and carbon dioxide. All right. Now, on this page, I also wanted you to complete these Punnett squares. Now, remember how R, like this big R, I hope you can see my cursor goes, you'll put it in this box, you'll put it in this box, right? And this R you'll put in this box and this box. And then this R you'll go sideways across and put it in each box. And the little R you'll put in each box, okay? Now, like if you're looking at this very first box, you'll see that there are two big R, and there are two big R, little R's. All right, all of the offspring, all four of those offspring are going to show the dominant trait because they've got that big R, that dominant allele. All right, if you look at 41, what are all possible genotypes for the offspring of the parent genotypes in the Punnett square above? Well, it's going to be big R, and big R, little r. Those are the genotypes. Okay. If you look at 43, what's the genotype ratio? Well, you got two big R, and two big R, little r, so it's 2 to 2, and that'll be taken further down to 1 to 1. Okay. Same if you look at 42 with the Punnett square using the J's. You got two big J, little J's, and then two little J, little J's. Okay, so those are the genotypes you're going to see, and the ratio is 1 to 1, right? All right, now 45 is having you label the cell, the plant and animal cells. Now remember, in a plant cell, if you look like the letter B and the letter F are it's only pointing towards the plant cell. That's because that's the cell wall, and the chloroplasts, they're only found in plant cells. Everything else is found in both. Okay, pay special attention. When you're doing this, pay special attention to the where the cytoplasm is located, where the nucleus is located, where the mitochondria is located, okay? And the chloroplasts. Pay special attention to those. Okay, let's move on. All right, what characteristic separates the animal kingdom into two categories? All right, well, of course, there are many characteristics that help to separate the animal kingdom into various categories, but the one that separates it into just two categories, all animals either have a backbone or they don't. They're either vertebrates or invertebrates. No ifs, ands, or buts, one of those two. So that's that answer. List and describe the three skeletal support structures. I did not describe them on here. I forgot, but the hydrostatic skeleton, like a jellyfish, kind of a fluid-filled sac. An endoskeleton, which is what we have, is a skeleton within the body. And then an exoskeleton, which is what roaches and insects have, is a tough, hard outer shell covering. Okay. Characteristics of all invertebrates. Those are ones that do not have a backbone. They lack a backbone. They are smaller and slower than vertebrates, and they have no internal structures for support like we do. We have our internal skeleton, like our endoskeletons. That's why we're vertebrates, and we also have a backbone. So make sure you know those, because I think that question, if I'm not mistaken, has something like select all of the following that are characteristics of invertebrates, or It says all of the following are characteristics of invertebrates except. So just make sure you know all of those. Okay. Characteristics of mammals. All mammals have hair or fur covering their body. They digest their food. They are eukaryotic. They give most all give birth to live young, and they get their energy by eating other organisms. Remember, they're heterotrophs. We don't make our food within ourselves. We get it from other places. Um, what is a stimulus? It's something that causes an organism to respond or react to its environment. Um, innate behavior. Remember, innate behavior, 51 is what I'm on. Innate behavior is behavior that's inherited rather than learned. You're born with it. It's an instinct or a reflex. You're born knowing how to blink. Nobody taught you how to blink. Nobody taught you how to breathe. That's an innate behavior. Um, Tadpoles, when they were born, they were hatched. They were not taught how to swim. That was an innate behavior. They just knew how to do it. So that's what that is. What is conditioning? It's a behavior that's modified so that a response to one stimulus becomes associated with a different stimulus. Like certain frogs, will avoid monarch butterflies because in the past they ate a monarch butterfly and it tasted bad. It was awful. So now they don't eat it anymore. Think about like if you eat something and you hate it, it tastes bad. Well, you avoid that. You don't eat it anymore. That's conditioning. Or if you eat a cheeseburger at a restaurant and you love it, it's the best cheeseburger you've ever eaten. Well, you go back there to eat it again because you want that taste. You associate that restaurant and that cheeseburger with the taste and that satisfaction that you feel. That's conditioning. And the last one we've got is the bottom, 53, what is a society? All right, a society is a group of animals of the same species living and working together in an organized way. We live in a society. We're humans, we live in a society. Wolves do, herd animals do. They all work together, and there's some organization, some hierarchy in some form or fashion. Okay. This is the study guide, the end of the study guide. If you've got any questions, email me. I'll try to help you any way I can. Also, if you see and notice in today's Friday folder, there's a Kahoot. Please play that. I recommend you playing that. That'll really help you as well. So anyway, good luck.